You feel like you guys are ready for what they'll see tomorrow night?
I do feel really well prepared. Now you got to react and respond when you get out on the court, and got to kind of adjust as the game goes. You never know how it's going to be officiated. Really, the flow of the game kind of dictates how guys respond to certain things. So, but in terms of what they're going to see and how well they'll feel prepared, I feel like we're in a good place.
What do you see in these young players, especially the freshmen, in terms of going into their first Big 12 game, kind of the energy level they have?
It's a combination of, there's some genuine excitement. A lot of them, this is kind of what they've been looking forward to. And we played a schedule that was pretty comparable to a lot of the teams that we'll be playing. But they don't know as much about those teams as they will about these guys. But there's also an element of nervousness. I mean, there's some nerves. It's natural, and so we'll have to help them through those early moments and let them know the game will settle and it'll be a normal basketball game after the first 4 or 5 minutes.
What do you notice about Iowa State when you watch film on them?
First, they're really, really talented, extremely versatile. They've obviously stacked multiple really good recruiting classes on top of each other. And they're really well coached. Steve Prohm's done a great job with his offensive system. They can score in a lot of different ways. And they're better defensively than you would expect because they don't necessarily try to take you out, but they got great length. So they're always in front of you, and they really force you to take tough shots over them.
Thomas said that Iowa State's really effective at spacing the ball, and you guys have kind of struggled defensively against Villanova, Nebraska, and Houston are teams that come to mind that space the ball really well. What's improved since those games that you think you can build upon going into tomorrow night's game?
I think just our positioning is better. I think we've had more practice time here to work on some of those things that we didn't necessarily see enough of early. And so we've been able to take those film that we've seen from Villanova, from Houston, and areas that we've struggled in, just really mainly keeping the ball in front of us. And then knowing where the rotations need to come from once we have a breakdown. And then ultimately you got to make sure you're challenging shots as much as possible because guys, when they're open, they make them.
Do you feel like the preparation those first 12 games gave you guys was worth the exchange of a 6-6 record?
That's a hard question really to answer. I mean, probably something I could maybe say later on to really give you an idea. I mean, I got to see how we respond. I mean, I think it's helped us to this point. I still feel like the schedule was a good one for this team. Maybe a little on the aggressive side, but I'm always probably going to err more on the aggressive side of scheduling as much as I can because this is what we're preparing for. And again, I've said it time and time again, I would never want these guys to come out here tomorrow at 8 o'clock and look around and say, wow, this is what real athletes look like at the high major level. And so we'll always play really challenging teams to start the season, and hopefully we're playing better basketball this time of year than we were in November.
How young this team is it nice that this first Big 12 game is at home?
Oh, certainly. I mean, but it's also, we'll play 9 of them in really hard places. And so we're prepared. We've gone on the road and played in tough environments. And, I feel like our team is really prepared for anything we see in a lot of ways because of the schedule we put them through. And now, again, they just got to go react and respond and play with confidence.
How much attention do you just kind of pay to what the league has been doing overall?
More so in the last week or so than before that. Just kind of looking through the season stats for each team. But mostly I've been focused on Iowa State here recently. But I have panned over the league leaders in different areas. Know that, I think I've said this to somebody before, we talk about our offense having not been as good as it needed to be to this point. And it's not necessarily going to get easier because several of the top teams defensively in the country are in this league. And so it's been a good learning experience for us. But I know that every team in our league is really competitive and probably a tournament type team.
What are you most looking forward to about the conference slate?
Just, the familiarity, the intensity ramps up a little bit. The focus on attention to detail and scouting ramps up a little bit. And we've all got to bring our A games every night. And, you have to play hard, but that only gives you a chance. You also have to play well. And this is a league that, unlike a lot of other leagues, you can play really well and lose because the competition is just that great. And so a lot of respect for all the coaches and the other teams in the league and knowing we got to play really well to have success, and we hope to start that tomorrow.
I can't pronounce it.